Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you're having a fantastic day. And today we're gonna go over the Black Ops 4 update, or at least some of it, and especially this new game mode and the black market and everything. I got a decent gameplay for you guys. In this game, I go 107 and 22, I believe. And keep in mind, this is a very casual match. Like, you just got off work, hella tired. You just finished your homework type shit. Like, this is nothing crazy. My reflexes were hella slow. This is a very casual match for me. So, if I can get 100 plus without really trying, you can get 100 plus. So, now, first off, I just wanted to cover the first game mode. Or this new game mode they added. This game mode is called Endurance Chaos Mosh Pit, I believe. Yeah, Endurance Chaos Mosh Pit, and the Chaos means 6v6, and the Endurance is actually, I was very curious when I saw this. The Endurance is actually double the score with a 15-minute time limit, at least in TDM and Kill Confirmed, and Domination, there is no time limit, of course. So literally, the score goes to 400 in Domination. It is now easier than ever to get 100 plus, and the real question is who's going to be getting the 200 pluses, man. I didn't really get my streaks at all in this match. I might have gotten them once because, like I said, I was like hella tired, just got off work type shit. So I was just trying to play a little bit, get some headshots, and let me tell you, this 400 score limit, I mean, this match was 24 minutes long, man. There's a whole lot of cutting I had to do with this video. Like I said, 100 pluses, 200 plus, they're easier than ever now, especially with the Endurance Chaos Mosh Pit, man. I'd say as long as you can get your streaks rotating, you can get very, very high kill gameplays. So for those of you who are struggling with the high kills, this will help you out here a whole lot longer. Gives you a lot more time to get kills, and then you can go and flex to your friends that you got 100 plus, man. You know, shit, that's what I used to be doing, man. But besides that, let's go ahead and get into the 1.06 update. This is only on PS4, and the weapon tunings and the specialist tunings are on Xbox as well. None of these changes will come to PC until next week, but they did bring the daily tier skips and the obviously the playlist, because that's the gameplay that you're seeing. But other than that, all the changes that will be coming to PC won't be coming until next week, just because the weapons and everything are a little different on PC, just because there's no aim assist and the snipers act different and whatnot on PC. So the update will be just a tad different, but in general it should be about the same. They should tweak, the same weapons and whatnot. But let's go ahead and get into it. So to start off, I'm just gonna go through like a summary over these patch notes. I'll go into detail on the guns and specialists, but there's just too much. It's such a big update. There's just too much to do the whole thing. This will be a very long video. So to start off with the SMGs, and I'm glad that they it seems they buffed the majority of them, but for the majority of the SMGs they buffed it, and this is a very good thing, just because I've been using SMGs just these past couple days since I'm going for dark matter. I just finished up the ARs, the LMGs, I believe I just finished the shotguns, so now I'm moving over to the SMGs, and right now I'm about 10 headshots off getting the MX9 done. And so basically they adjusted the 5 hit kill range up to 6 meters on the MX9, and then for the GKS and the Cordite they adjusted the 5 hit kill range up to 3 meters. And then I don't know why, but they buffed the Spitfire. That thing is already overpowered, man. I really don't know why. Well, not necessarily overpowered, but up close you really don't stand a chance unless you hit your shotgun shot straight on. And so they increased the 6 hit kill range by 3 meters, and then across the board on all those SMGs they increased the ADS move speed for those SMGs. So overall, just straight buffs to these SMGs, which is what I like to hear. I've been SMG gunning for the last couple of days and whatnot, and I don't know if I'll still be on the SMGs when the update drops for PC or not, most likely, but either way it should make them more usable. Now next up we got the assault rifles, man, and for the Maddox RFB, or they only made changes to 3 of the ARs, those ARs being the Maddox RFB, the KN57, and the Rampart 17. And so with the Maddox RFB, they slightly increased the recoil of the first and second shots, and then the Echo Fire Operator mod, they removed the recoil penalty when equipped. I'm a big fan of the Maddox. It's a beast weapon. Increasing the recoil of the first and second shots, I mean, I guess that's whatever. Hopefully it's not too big, like it's not like a crazy recoil jump or anything. And I honestly do not like the Echo Fire Operator mod at all. Don't really use it. So, the recoil penalty, I actually did notice there was a lot of recoil when I did use it, so maybe I'll revisit that, especially when I do my best class setup for that gun. And then next up we have the KN57. They reduced the idle sway and then slightly increased the 4-hit kill range by 1.5 meters. The KN's a beast, man. I feel like it's a little underrated. I don't see a lot of people using it. It was actually the weapon I dropped my first nuclear with, and I didn't really think this weapon was that big of a deal. You know, usually the AK variants are pretty solid, but when I was using it, man, it really does put some work in. I don't really see a lot of people using it, so that's why I say it's underrated. But overall, I'm definitely going to be revisiting that weapon after I get dark matter. It is a beast. And then next up we have the Rampart 17, man. Basically the SCAR, and it's got reduced idle sway, slightly reduced recoil of first and third shots, and then increased 4-hit kill range by 3 meters. So overall buff across the board. That's good because I actually did notice when I was using this gun, it did have some interesting recoil patterns, a little high for me, and it just seemed a little weaker overall, so hopefully that would just get it up to that level with all the ARs. And then next up we got the tactical rifles. They only messed with one, the Swordfish, and they slightly reduced the delay between burst. Hallelujah, I'm actually using that right now, going for headshots, and obviously I won't be on that by the time the update hits, but this will definitely persuade me into using this weapon more later on. They reduced the idle sway, and then the pentaburst operator mod now implements standard burst delay. That's whatever. I don't really use the pentaburst, although in hardcore, I'll tell you this, the pentaburst is a beast. I'm gonna have to make a video over that sometime soon. The pentaburst operator mod puts in work. Next up we have the LMGs, man. They only mess with a Titan. Thank God. Hopefully it's a nerf, because that Titan is just so strong, man. Everyone's just running the thermals on the LMGs right now, and that shit is ridiculous. So they reduced the ADS speed, they increased the sprint out time, and then slightly increased hipfire spread, and stock slightly reduced movement benefits when equipped. So a little bit of a buff, a little bit of a nerf. The stock, definitely, dude. That's all I run on that gun. Stock and thermal when I was using it, gliding around them corners with ease, man. They're so fast with the stock, so hopefully that will help out with that. The slightly increased hipfire spread, I don't know about that one, Treyarch. It was already pretty decent, man. Even in hardcore, I found that I was hip firing quite a few dudes who came across me and successfully hitting the shot. So the increased sprint out time, definitely I can see that. It's a good nerf. But besides that, hopefully this will stop some of you sweats from fucking using this shit 24/7. Now next up we got the snipers, and man, oh man, I'm just seeing buffs across the board. They messed with 3 of them, mainly the Outlaw. Slightly increased fire rate, greatly reduced idle sway, slightly increased ADS speed, updated ADS rechamber animation to make it easier to stay on target. Recoil now centers more reliably, increased base damage, increased by 10, only affecting shots to kill an already damaged target. God damn, is the Outlaw like complete ass or something? Let me know, because I don't really use the sniper. I haven't like touched the snipers at all. I was gonna save them for last, because usually the snipers are one of the easier, you know, weapon classes to get diamond, just because they're mostly all one-shot kills. But they really like buffed the fuck out of this shit. Is this the ass sniper or something? Oh well, man. I'm pretty sure the snipers are definitely going to have different tunings on PC. Hopefully, because the snipers are already ridiculous on PC, man. If any of you have played PC, you know. Like, they rush with that shit like it's an AR or an SMG, because they just be quick-scoping everybody, and it's ridiculous. Now, next up, they have the SDM. They added aim assist while hip firing. Rest in peace, all you console plebs that have lobbies full of snipers, man. Aim assist on hip fire. I don't know about that one, Chief. That's tough. But next up we got the Koshka. Recoil now centers more reliably after the first shot. Again, I don't really know too much about the snipers, besides that I just get fucking dinked by them all the time. But it really just buffs across the board, man. Next up we got the shotguns. They only mess with the SG-12. Hallelujah. They reduced the visual effect of the strobe light operator mod and reduced the range at which strobe light affects aim assist by 50%. Man, fuck that shit. The strobe light operator mod is so overpowered, bro. Thankfully, not as many people have been using it as of lately. It was heavily used in the beginning, and because like the first time I came across it, I thought the dude was fucking hacking, bro. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I literally cannot see the dude. So I hope the visual, they need to turn it down. Like, it's up at like 200. They need to turn that shit down to like a fucking 50, bro. The strobe light operator mod is ridiculous. When I was using it, I was just destroying, just absolutely easy headshots, man. But besides that, that would be all the weapons, man. Next up we have the specialist. Now I see my boy Ajax at the top. That's tough, bro. Ajax is my favorite. He really does need to be nerfed, man. He's ridiculous. They reduced the 9 bangs flash effect. You can now counter the 9 bang more effectively with tactical mask. They increased bullet spread by 25% when using the ballistic shield. The turn speed is now properly slowed when he's hit by concussion. And then they added a third-person sound effect for charges 2 and 3 of the 9 bang. Just a little competitive little tweak there. So, you know, if you're in a room and Ajax is through the door on the other side of the room, you'll be able to hear if he's finna throw that shit in, and you can run the fuck out. Next up, they got Prophet. They improved his Tempest accuracy. I have actually never used Prophet, so I don't know how bad the accuracy is already, but let me tell you, on PC, dudes just be dinking niggas for days with that shit. It does not seem like accuracy is a problem whatsoever on PC. Next up, we got Fire Break, and the Purifier will now properly damage the strike team. That's one thing. If you come across a strike team, man, just pull out a rocket launcher, and it's literally like 1 to 2 hits with that thing. You'll take out the strike team instantly, man. Or you can just hit them with like a ruin slam or gravity slam or whatever it's called. But I guess I don't know how long it would take for the Purifier to kill the strike team. Haven't tried that method, but it will now properly damage the strike team. So come across and you have a Purifier, let it rip on those dudes. Next up, they did tweak some perks. I'm only gonna go over just 2 of the perks, the ones I use the most: Cold Blooded and Dead Silence. Dead Silence will now suppress player sounds related to healing, taking fall damage, or surfacing while swimming. That's a very good buff to Dead Silence, especially on like that map Contraband, when you're in the water type shit and you're coming up across you're coming around the ship. You will not be heard coming out of that water, man. Thank God. That shit's annoying, because I'd be getting dinked coming up that ladder because they heard me in the water. And the next one is Cold Blooded. They increase the delay period before enemy AI will target players during a period of maintained line of sight. I honestly didn't have a problem with it before. Like, the dog literally like looks at you, runs past you. You have plenty of time to kill the dog, and especially with like the vision pulse, it takes a fat second for it to actually pulse you on when you have Cold Blooded on. So I'm not exactly sure why they did that. Maybe that's a console thing, I don't know. And then they did one tweak to the score streaks, which is to the strike team, and teams can now only have 1 strike team active at a time. Good shit, Treyarch, because I think we've had up to like 3 strike teams on the map at a time, and I just feel completely bad for the other team, bro. That just sucks. Especially when you have attack choppers and whatnot. And besides that, man, they adjusted the spawns across the game modes and maps. I'm not really gonna go into that. Other than that, they just resolved, you know, small little issues across the board here. But I mean, besides that, man, it looks like that's gonna be it for the update. The daily tier skip they added, great idea. I was wondering what they were gonna do, if they're gonna do challenges or something. The shop, Blackjack shop, hasn't opened up on PC, but the tab is there. I'm sure that'll open up this next week. So along with Nuketown dropping. Oh, and actually, now that I'm looking at this update, the PC update is actually coming tomorrow. So good shit. It's not saying the size of it, but I'm assuming it's gonna be around the 10 gig mark, because that's what it was for Xbox and PS4. But besides that, man, Treyarch's doing a good job with this shit, man. They're really keeping up, updating shit like every week. I'm constantly getting playlist updates. One problem I do have is, why isn't there a hardcore version of Endurance Chaos Mosh Pit, man? Could you imagine a hardcore version of that playlist? The amount of kills you could get, oh my. Besides that, guys, that is the full update. Just a quick summary over it. If you want to see the rest of the full patch notes, I will put a link in the description below. Besides that, man, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, any concerns, or any other noteworthy information about the update, put it down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on another one, man.